What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
It's locked, all right. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned. Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this?
Actually, I am.
Then.
Oh, really?
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from...
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition?
Never met her, but it seems she provides...
Tell me, who...
The region itself is something.
Is there anyone...
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard...
What do you think of the look?
Most of them are afraid.
I'd like to see what...
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems.
I cannot enter.
Its effectiveness
It's locked, all right.
Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid. Welcome, sir. Please.
I am Dr. Reed.
Doctor? Interesting.
As a merchant, you see why
What you mean besides the epidemic?
violence is in...
Yeah, few nights
Where did this
in
happen?
the closed workshops nearby. I worked there.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell.
How is business?
Business? I had no...
I see.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends it...
Have you heard of a
Nurse Crane.
Yes, she's a nurse. And
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name.
that doesn't explain.
Your precious Nurse Crane...
Right then. Excuse me, sir.
Another journalist?
I'm not a journalist. I'm a
A
doctor.
doctor, you say?
Really? But still, here I am.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but
How did you become the local...
there's no pride in roughing up poor bastard.
a job?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the dock.
Most people don't become thugs.
I don't care what you think, sir.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with you.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor Vic?
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, physicians are
Not familiar with this.
This part of town does have quite a
Totally. Look at me, for instance.
Have you...
Dorothy Crane. Yeah, I know.
Could you please tell me more?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help them up.
Goodbye. Forgive my...
Do not apologize, my son.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist?
Have you any friends? Any...
No. But I have it as
You sent him on some
a true believer.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery.
What do you mean when you say that I am...
All scientists are entangled.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you...
But you are seeking us.
Well, I suppose I can spare...
As a doctor, you must be aware of the...
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself.
Really? And what...
We must fight the disease before the
What is left, then?
cleansing.
Tell me, Tobias. What exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than one.
Purification by fire has...
Your lack of faith is predictable.
You're mad. And dangerous.
My son, if you think
Joseph, a fool.
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church.
What do you mean?
All's
Quite a...
But you...
I am. Do you know no...
I don't like the liberal...
Why do you hate Nurse...
Before coming to London,
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Night?
nuns should be the only women.
I have heard a...
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon.
Have you any idea of the danger...
I've had to run and hide more than once from...
that science is unable to explain?
I confess,
What is a journalist doing in this?
He goes where none of his colleagues would...
So you risk your life to reveal the truth.
Whitechapel is the crucible of...
That's quite honorable of you.
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an...
Why are the newspapers keeping...
There's a war going on.
It's a disgrace. People are left to die alone.
These are bad times indeed.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relative?
No. Except for that strange man.
Where can I find this Mr.?
He spends most of his time lurking around White...
Goodbye, Mr.
Already touched by grace.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few...
Please be my guest. Although I may...
Really? Are you an...
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott.
The place is not beautiful, person.
In what way?
The struggle by gaslight.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism.
Vivid, of course, yes.
Oh yes, the poignant...
Do you not think it...
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full...
What can you tell me about Camilla?
Not much. And that's the...
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives?
Maybe I prefer she remains an...
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out...
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come.
What are your thoughts?
Terrible, you say? No.
What are you talking?
Do you remember London before the flu?
Yes.
Most people fail to understand.
May I ask what you're doing at the...
Not at all. I'm just enjoying...
If you say so.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both...
But are you not afraid?
Oh, why should I?
Are you aware that you're...
But this is...
If...
Well...
May I ask you a few questions?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not?
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the...
I'll leave you. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I know what you're thinking. Tell me about Richard. I know you understand what... Very well. Hello again. Melia, I know you work for Dorothy. A stubborn and mute. Very well. It's locked. Hello again.
Some of us come to this world already touched by grace.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Dupp. Good.
It's far.
What do you mean?
All scientists are in touch.
Quite a judgmental
Well, you are see.
Well,
As a doctor,
what do you mean?
the beast is.
I have heard enough.
Don't be shy, handsome.
I'm not looking for what you're selling.
All right then, but be...
Clayton Darby claims he will
I believe Clayton's courage will erode.
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap...
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if...
Christina, have you been examined?
I don't like doctors, or...
You can put your own life in danger.
And you think that would worry me?
Considering your line of...
If it is going to happen, it will happen.
Tell me about it.
Are you joking with me?
I have no interest in your work.
Short story.
I always thought I was the master of...
You know, this money is not only for me.
Tell me about it.
Are you
I have no... I always...
You know...
Do...
I don't know.
You seem to...
Dorothea helped...
Goodbye, miss. Good evening, Miss...
And good evening.
Did you know the mute florist is a...
No, I didn't. But I thank you.
I fear you are a...
Guilty as charged.
Are you not curious?
That girl has not an ounce.
Do you need medical...
It may be wise to let you...
I understand your appetite for work.
The nutrition of my mind is more important.
I'll leave...
Against malevolence and trickery. You are blinded by your false faith.
It's locked, all right.
cheap and I'm clean, I
Protection
promise.
against malevolence and trickery.
Good evening, Chris.
Change your...
Good.
Unable to see the true horror around you.
This was mine! It's on him! Better go home. Die, vermin! Die, beast! Fancy clothes? This one's a top! All of you bloody little kidding! Want some of this? It's all you deserve.
I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know. You again?
Goodbye.
I should never have taken up my father's business.
You...
Joe Peterson. He's the...
I've known Joe for years. I saw him box.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson?
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer.
It's never easy to find a new partner.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we?
And no one has ever...
Nobody would be fool enough to stand a...
Do you need help?
I only need you to purchase something from...
Goodbye. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed.
Sorry, no, sir. My father...
Your father is worried about you, boy.
So my father actually worries about me then? Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So?
I'm not bothered.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be...
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis.
Have you tried speaking to...
I don't go out often, but yes.
But you are not responsible for your...
Am I not? Dad always says that you joined that gang.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean it.
Speaking of which...
My father is an idiot who makes it...
Forgive my bluntness, young man.
Why should I? I never wanted to...
You have a roof over your head? A place to...
That's exactly what my father says.
If life here is so terrible...
I don't go outside.
So that's why you stay at home all day?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed.
Do you know no...
Yes, I know her.
Goodbye.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
Soaked with glue.
I should never have taken up my father's business.
Shane.
Goodbye.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again?
Sir, wait. Stop this. Don't you see we're on the same side?
I'm nothing like you.
Yes, you are. You
I have to admit your words have...
It's locked.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go...
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also...
How did you meet Nurse Crane?
I'm her oldest friend in England.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you?
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea.
I know you fought for your country when it was...
I know my days are numbered, and I...
But Romania escaped the grasp.
It is not the country I fought for.
Do you have any family left?
Oh, no.
This war won't last for...
No.
Don't be embarrassed.
It's quite awkward.
Tell me everything you know about...
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered.
Who is she, really?
She's not from around here, that's all.
You say she has no...
Well, there's that awful poet.
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as...
Are you in love with Camellia?
Don't be stupid. If I had met...
Tell me... So Dorothy's real name is not...
Like myself and many...
She seems
more than you can imagine.
Goodbye, Mr.
I need help! He's going into convulsions, Doctor!
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could? Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
You're here to test my bedside map. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
It's locked. It's locked. It's locked.